COVID rates, they have been up nationwide this summer, and the virus is still circulating. Our Marissa Thomas is joining us here in the studio. Marissa, you got some expert advice from local epidemiologist Dr. Becky Dawson about not only the COVID rates, but vaccines, and then what's called this flirt variant. What is her message tonight, Marissa?
Good evening, Eva. Tonight, Erie News Now contributor Dr. Becky Dawson says for those who have been vaccinated or have had COVID previously, they're seeing mild symptoms from COVID, but it's still something to take seriously, especially for those who are immunocompromised. Fever, fatigue, and coughing are all symptoms of COVID, and the levels of the virus are increasing.
Still in the middle of what we're calling this summer surge. Really the most reliable information that we have is wastewater information, and that data, the numbers are still extremely high.
Dr. Becky Dawson says it seems that people who are getting COVID experience mild symptoms, but that doesn't mean the sickness can be taken lightly.
This isn't an illness that's like just COVID. It actually makes people very sick, and it is killing 1,000 people per day right now in the United States, and that's been consistent for a couple of weeks at least.
Dawson says there are a few options for COVID vaccines.
Multiple choices in terms of vaccines, 2 mRNA vaccines, which have one of the flirt variants in them, so they are really updated. And Novavax was just recently, within the past 24 hours, approved for use, which is more of a traditional protein vaccine.
To help others from getting sick, Dawson says you should be without symptoms for 24 hours before going back to school or work.
You really should be staying home. If we could all just agree to stay home when we are symptomatic, we would decrease the amount of disease in our communities.
Dawson says there's been conversation about the best time to get the vaccine, and she says there's no right time to get the COVID vaccine, but it is effective and can help prevent severe sickness and death. Live in the studio, I'm Marissa Thomas, Erie News Now.